What is up, YouTube? It's Tom from Tech Time, and here at Tech Time we bring you all your tech all the time. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all our weekly content. Today I have my first impressions of the Google Pixel 2. This is not the larger Pixel XL 2, which was highly favored when it first came out because it was the bigger phone, had the bigger screen, nicer screen, Quad HD. This is the smaller variant. Both phones were released about a year ago. They've been, renowned for their cameras, being the best cameras on any smartphone out there, and doing it all with just a single lens. So it's been pretty incredible. I had the original Pixel, haven't had a Pixel phone since. Skipped over this, but now with the Google Pixel 3 coming out, I was able to find this on OfferUp for a crazy deal, so I had to pick it up. It was brand new, sealed in the box. I've been using it since Sunday, so a few days. I just wanted to give you guys my first impressions. Anybody that's on my channel and wants to see an older phone that you can cop right now for really cheap prices on OfferUp, SwapUp, places like that, because this wasn't the popular of the two phones. The Google Pixel XL2 was, but not everybody's looking for large phones nowadays. The smaller phones are, in most cases, meant to be looked at like a inferior phone. iPhone, smaller phone, doesn't have a dual camera setup. Now Samsung's done the same approach where they don't have a dual camera setup, or less RAM sometimes, smaller batteries, things like that. So a lot of people go with the bigger screen phone even though they don't want one, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the industry is kind of pushing in that direction, making small screen phones inferior to the bigger partners. But this is the Google Pixel 2. Regular small version, 5-inch. Inside the box, it's not going to be a huge unboxing, but it is a nice box. You get Google Team Pixel on the back. Inside, you just get your Google stuff right there. You get your dongle, your USB Type-C to Type-C, your charging brick in there, and then a USB OTG adapter. All white cables, nice, clean, and beautiful. Nice, like I said, premium box. Everything's nice. This is the all black version of the Google Pixel 2. So you get your glass on the back with an aluminum body, a fingerprint scanner right there, your flash, and then your single lens 12 megapixel camera. On this side you have your power button and your volume rocker, kind of opposite of what most phones do, but I actually like it. I've gotten used to it in the last couple of days, and I think it's nice. Over here, just your SIM card slot, and that's it. Down the bottom, USB Type-C, and then your microphone, and that's it. That's all you got going on over there. At the top, you got a microphone, and that's it. In the front, you get dual front-firing speakers. They're actually pretty nice. They're not the loudest. We'll get into that in a second. But overall, this phone is nice. There's some downfalls over the bigger phone, but overall, I've really enjoyed it. You got a 5-inch 1080p screen, full HD. So you're not getting the Quad HD that you were getting on the Google Pixel 2 XL, but you're also not getting some of the screen issues that phone came with. You're also getting bezels. These are big bezels for 2018 or 2017 when it was released. Everybody was kind of really trying to slim down the bezels. This phone was manufactured by HTC, with the Google Pixel 2 XL was manufactured by LG. So LG went with their OLED and a nearly bezel-less design with some bezels around the outside edge, but pretty close, a lot closer than this. To me, I'm not a huge bezel hater, but I can definitely see where people, when you show people a phone, I showed people a few phones the other day, LG G7, the Essential phone, and this phone, and pretty much not really phone people. Most of them just have iPhones, and that's really all they know. And when asked which phone looked the nicest, everybody went for the Essential phone because it just looks sleek and premium, the ceramic back, the titanium sides, and you didn't get that. This was the last of the phones to be, really sought after. Nobody thought this phone looked that nice because, the design's a little different. It's not glass on glass. You get the aluminum with the glass on the top. To me, I like it. I feel safe carrying it around. I'm not too worried about if I'm going to drop it like I am with my, Essential phone, or really not so much the Essential, but my G7, which is all glass, or my S9, or my iPhone 8 Plus, things like that. Those phones make you nervous because they're glass on glass, and if you drop them, you're going to have some issues. So I don't feel too bad with this one. It's super light, a lot lighter than the glass, because the aluminum, I think, is a little bit lighter than glass, and you only get a little bit of the glass on the top. So that's it. You get a Snapdragon 835 with 4 gigabytes of RAM and a 2700 milliamp hour battery. The battery has been decent, not the best, but you gotta expect, it's not the biggest, but you're also not powering the biggest screen. So it's been on par with like my LG G7, which has a bigger battery, but also a bigger screen to push. So, they've been almost equal on that part. The screen on this thing is not the nicest. It's kind of dull. It kind of pushes towards like warm colors on some of the whites and things like that. But overall, it's not too bad, but it's definitely nothing near the top tier flagship phones that you would expect on a phone that Google pushes out. You would expect you'd have a nicer screen, and you don't have that. So we'll take a look at the screen right now, a little sample of it, watch a video, and we'll also hear the dual front-facing speakers. So let's take a listen. Skip ahead. So they sound nice. They're not the loudest by any means, but they sound good, and they are front facing. So you're gonna get, good front facing quality out of them. So you're not gonna have like lose sound coming out of the bottom, or you're not gonna block it with your hands, nothing like that. So let's go on to, a video that will show some good colors and things like that, so you can get a look at the screen. It's a regular aspect ratio of 16:9. So you're not having to pinch to zoom to get any type of format or anything like that. You get exactly, what everything's formatted for. But it is only full 1080p. So it's not bad. In direct sunlight, it's not the best, but I don't know. It is what it is. It's not bad, but it's not the best. That's really where it falls. It's kind of run-of-the-mill for an LCD screen. Nothing really going to wow you, but it's definitely passable. And for watching videos and things like that, it gets the job done. The body of this thing, you do have water resistance with it, IP67, but you're not going to get any wireless charging because of the aluminum back. But everything else you get on this, you get the Corning Gorilla Glass 5 in the front. You're getting an always-on display. This is running Android 9.0 Pie, which you would expect because it's a Google phone, so they always get them, Nexus, things like that. They've always gotten the updates first. It's right on par with my Essential phone. Super buttery fast, smooth as can be. And the software is, now they've got a gesture option where you can get rid of things like that, or you can go back to the regular home buttons in the settings if that's what you want to do. That's all on, kind of really what's something your preference, really. So this is your settings, really basic. You get all your, display settings would be right here. You get your night light. You can change that on, set it as a timer. Adaptive brightness works good depending on the available light. Sleep timers, stuff like that. This is your color options. You get natural, boosted, and saturated. I've been going with boosted. Saturated kind of distorts the colors a little bit too much for me. You get the ambient display. It's always on, shows time, notification icons, other things like that. I leave that on. Device theme, I got it on dark. And then you got some other options in there for the device and display. But, it's pretty basic. Most options that you get on any other Android phone you're going to have on here. But this is stock, generic Android, the way that Google wants it to be. So you're not going to get any skins or bloats like you get on Samsung or LG phones. And that might benefit some people, but that might, some people might not like that. Me personally, I don't mind stock Android, but I prefer some other features that you get kind of like with multitasking on a Samsung phone or some other options that are overlaid on LG skin. I like some of those options that you don't get on this. But overall, you pretty much get everything you need on this, and it's super, super smooth. You're not going to have any lag from that built-on skin. The cameras on this thing is what everybody has talked about. This is the same camera that is on the Google Pixel 2 XL, which most people talk about. Most people kind of forgot about this version of the phone, but for me, it's fine. And anybody that wants a smaller phone, this is a great option. And like I said, you can pick it up dirt cheap right now, and it still runs super smooth. Snapdragon 835 with 4 gigabytes of RAM is more than capable to take you into the next couple of years. It's definitely super fast, way faster than any of these new mid-range phones that you're going to get. And you can cop this at cheaper prices than most mid-range on the market right now. So it's definitely the option. And then you get the unbelievable camera. Let's get into the camera settings. So over here, pretty basic camera. I have this running on my Essential phone also. I have the Google APK. You get slow motion, panorama, photosphere, portrait mode, which is great, AR stickers, which are pretty cool. You wave like a little platform for them to go on. Let's see if we can get one going. There we go. We got one. We'll go with these little hockey players. And you got to swipe them down. Back it up. You can see it there. So that's what they do. Pretty cool, little AR stickers. And then you get your front-facing camera, which is an 8 megapixel. What's up? And you snap it that quick, and you get a nice picture. It really is that quick. The same thing with the rear camera. Snap it. And it just takes nice photos. Literally that quick. My LG G7, I pointed at something, and it just doesn't snap photos quick. It kind of hesitates and stuff. This thing has unbelievable focus and dynamic range, color science. Everything is damn near perfect. You know, could you have some more megapixels? Maybe. Could little certain things be tweaked? Yeah, but for right now, this is the best camera out. And I've only used it for a few days. And I've used, you know, some of the heavy hitters out there, the Samsungs, the iPhones, and now this Pixel right here, LGs. So I have a feel of some of the good cameras out there, and this one definitely, hands down, is taking the cake for me. You might have a preference on another phone. Maybe you like manual modes and things like that you're not going to get crazy manual modes and stuff like that with this phone. But there's other camera apps that you can download on the Google Play Store, but they'll give you better options to really, you know, hone in and take control of the camera lens and stuff like that and the hardware that's on there with their own version of software. But Google keeps it pretty simple. And you point and shoot, and this is a great point and shoot camera. You pull it out, and your kids are running around. This thing's going to figure it out. It's going to take a picture. You also get motion photos. It's kind of like iPhone's live photos, so that's something you can look into if you like that option. Shoots up to 4K, 30 frames per second, so you have all your video settings, everything you need on this thing. It really is great. Go into settings right here, and there's certain gestures you can do. You get 12 megapixels on the rear, 8 megapixels on the front, and both front and rear are great. Like I said, the battery life isn't the best, but you're getting everything you need. Top software, a decent passable screen, dual front-facing speakers, a really great #1 shooter on the market right now in a single camera. But if you're looking for like a wide angle or something, you're going to have to go shoot over to LG or wait till next year where you're going to see some more phones coming out with dual cameras and the wide angle being, you know, focused on other cameras coming out like Samsungs and stuff like that next year. You can expect to probably see some of those phones take off with wide angles. But for a single one lens, this is going to be the best that you can find on the market. And at a price, I copped this thing wicked cheap, but you can grab it for $400, $300. Some guys have it for $250. I've seen on Craigslist, and even cheaper. Maybe not brand new, but I, you know, got lucky with this brand new one. But anyways, guys, this is just my first impressions. Just wanted to run through, kind of rambling on, but I just want to give you kind of like my first impressions of it. If you see what I'm running on here, I'm running Nova Launcher. The Google Launcher is completely great, but I just like Nova Launcher. I like to import all my settings, and you know, I'm not really crazy about what my screen itself looks like as long as it's, you know, functional for me. I have all sorts of folders, tons of apps, and all my folders are in my apps. I know exactly where they are. So it's easy enough for me to get around my phone in like, you know, 2 taps. I can be in whatever app I need to be in. So that's the way I set my phone up, Nova Launcher, and then I use the Stealth Icon Pack. But that's not for everybody. Some people like the clean, minimalistic look, and then they go into the app drawer to get their apps. For me, this is what works. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for now. Just my first impressions. I will give you guys a full review, and I have some camera comparisons going up. I'll drop some photos right now at the end of this video, just a few samples, and you can also check out my Instagram. I've been dropping them out over there because I'm really, really enjoying this camera. So until the next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.